Hello and welcome to the online seminar regarding our new automatic glass cutting table Vsla. My name is Helmut Radl. I help our customers to find the perfect machine for their glass production. Together with my colleague Christoph Stöffelbauer, we will do a presentation about our new automatic laminated glass cutting table. During and after the presentation, you will have the possibility to write us some questions, which we will either answer and discuss immediately or afterwards. I will hand over to Christoph Stöffelbauer now. Please watch and enjoy what we prepared, and I'm looking forward to talk to you later.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Christoph Stöffelbauer, and I am the product manager for glass cutting at LiSEC. And I will guide you now the next couple of minutes to the Vsla presentation and online seminar, and we will discuss together the benefits of the new technology, and also additionally why these improvements are so important. The Vsla AAA. What is the AAA? Behind AAA, the online seminar is built up into two parts. First of all, we will discuss together about the benefits of the Vsla solution, and we call these benefits the AAA benefits. These benefits are in terms of quality, efficiency, and waste reduction. Additionally, at the end, we will discuss together about the Vsla retrofit possibilities. For example, when you are an existing customer and you think about improvements of your laminated glass production, we will together get in touch with which possibilities do we have to improve the laminated glass cutting capacity, and we will explain you the benefits which one are available. So let's go ahead with the Vsla AAA benefits. A short story to the Vsla. The Vsla is a laminated glass cutting bridge, which one we started to develop during the year 2016. After intensive market evaluation and investigation, we find many points to improve the laminated glass cutting quality for our customers. And additionally, therefore, we also saw that the laminated glass cutting demand, which we and you as a customer have to cut more in the upcoming years, is dramatically rising, and it is mandatory that we supply a solution to our customers which one is cutting more amount of laminated glass in the same time, in a better quality, in a much more higher grade in terms of efficiency, and that means to reduce the waste glass and to reduce the costs. So the AAA benefits, and these benefits we offer with the new technology is, as already mentioned, better quality, less costs, and higher output. Now I will explain you what is behind better quality, less costs, and higher output. So let's start with better quality. Better quality is a very important point, because as we all know, the laminated glass cutting quality, which one is available on the market and which one is supplied by all available suppliers on the market, is not always stable. So sometimes the glass is in good condition, sometimes the glass is in worse condition, the glass is stressed, the edges are damaged, etc. So we thought, what can we improve with the new Vsla cutting technology to handle, for first of all, these different kinds of glasses, and how it is possible to provide our customers the best result after the cutting process. First of all, a very high process stability is mandatory. what we did is a huge change in terms of our technology. Last 20 years, we used vacuum suction cups to clamp the glass from the bottom side and to open the gap between the two pieces of glass and to cut the PVB layer. This vacuum suction cups technology has with different glasses and with stressed glasses sometimes problems, and so we decided to develop the new technology which is called the clamp technology. So we do not use any more vacuum suction cups, which one sometimes make problems. Now we use a clamp technology. We clamp the glass and open the gap and separate the glass sheets. This has a huge impact onto the to reduce the spontaneous break rate, because the process is getting much more stable, and this has also a huge impact onto the edge quality itself. So I give you some examples why and how we improved the edge quality. Total new developed cutting heads have the result that the cutting press is very accurate, and the score line which we produce with the cutting needle onto the surface of the glass is very accurate and has very less micro cracks. Additionally, I already mentioned the clamp technology is handling most of the glasses which are available on the market. And last but not least, a total new developed and patented heating system called SEER heating, selective infrared. This heating system has the huge benefit that the heating time is decreased dramatically, so the heat stress to the glass itself is also getting decreased, and as I mentioned, a very good cutting result combined with a very short heating time is decreasing the number of micro cracks dramatically, and this has the result that the edge strength itself is higher. You see here the number around 10% is the edge strength higher compared to other available solutions on the market. And I will show you now in a short video how we found out these 10% during the tests. You see here, this is a 3-point bending test. We cut a lot of pieces with existing technologies, laminated glass cutting bridges on the market, and we cut the same number of pieces also with our new Vsla technology, and started the test. So we put these pieces into a machine. This is now just a model of the machine. The real machine is a highly optimized 3-point bending test, and this bending test putting force onto the top of the glass and is measuring when the glass break. And in this test procedure, we found out that there is a significant a difference in terms of edge strength between existing technologies and our new technologies. And our opinion is that because we have improved the cutting and the heating, we decreased the micro cracks, and because we decreased the micro cracks, this is the result of better edge quality. So by the end, some further benefits of good edge quality or of good quality. If you're, for example, someone who is processing glass, less grinding addition is needed. And by the way, the accuracy of the glass sheets, which one we produce with the Vsla, is very accurate, around 0.2 millimeters plus minus. So next one. Here we see a final result of this kind of edge quality. The surface is perfect, 90-degree angle, and also the dimensions are, as already discussed, 0.2 length side, and on the diagonal side plus minus 0.4 millimeter. Next benefit of the Vsla technology is less costs. So what are less costs, and how is the new cutting technology is producing or is guaranteeing less costs? We developed it, as already mentioned, the clamp technology, and this clamp technology to separate the pieces has now just a limitation of 20 millimeters anymore. So it is possible to cut trim cuts on every side, on the front side, on the top side, on the rear side, on the bottom side, less to 20 millimeters. And this has two huge impacts. First of all, and front trim cut is improving the quality. And when the front trim cut is just 20 millimeters, this is compared to a length of 3.3 meters, just 0.6 square meters. So more or less nothing what we threw away. So that means in numbers dramatically decreased costs when we talk about a front trim cut. But to have the possibility with the machine to cut always also the waste cuts on the rear side of the glass sheet less than 20 millimeters, this is improving, generally speaking, the optimization result. And an improved optimization result has the impact that we decrease the waste glass. I give you just a number. We did a lot of investigations and compared existing machines and that kind of optimizations with optimizations which one are possible on the VSL-A. And existing machines have more or less 10% up to 13% waste glass. And with the VSL-A, it is possible to decrease the number of waste glass to around 6%. So you save 6% of glass every hour, every shift, every day, every year. And this is in terms of money, a real big deal, a lot. Here an example, which one I also already mentioned, optimization from the customer. Customer's request was, I want to cut 340 square meter laminated glass per shift. What we did, we optimized the glass with his existing machines, and we optimized this batch with a new VSL-A cutting bridge. And the result I will present you. The result is on the left side, we see the batch took around, it was needed the area needed 20 pieces of stock sheets to cut out these 340 square meters laminated glass with around 10% of waste. On the right side, you see the same optimization, but there are just anymore needed 19 stock sheets and just anymore 6% waste. So the waste reduction around 4%, and yes, 4% in terms of money is a nice to have a return on investment factor for your production. I also recommend our calculation tool. If there is an request for doing this kind of analysis with your production, do not hesitate to contact us and feel free to send us an email or to send an email directly to me or my colleagues. And if you share your optimizations with us, we provide you that kind of comparison, and then you see it in true facts what is the benefit of a new VSL-A compared to your existing solution. So next one, and last and also very important point of the 3 AAA benefits is the point higher output. We all know that the number of laminated glass which should to get cut is rising, depending on rules from the governments, also depending on the demand from the customers, which one need more safety glass, and so we focused on how the Vsla produce more or cut more laminated glass in the same available time or per year. Same optimization from the customer provided 340 square meters. On the left side, we optimized it. We already know the number. 20 stock sheets are required. On the right side, new technology from LiSEC. 19 stock sheets are required. So, but what does it mean in terms of time? We did measurements, and you see for the 340 square meters net, with the existing technology, it was needed, or we needed 7 hours and 45 minutes, and we decreased the needed time with the new Vsla to 6 hours and 46 minutes. So this is the same production in 1 hour less, and this is a very, very good result, because as you know, now it's possible to cut the same amount of glass as requested in a shorter period of time, and there are 13% or there's 1 hour more time for further production, and for further businesses you could process on the machine. Here we see a live cutting result to get a feeling for how fast the Vsla is separating a piece of glass. Here we see 900 millimeter subplate, 4 pieces of 4 millimeter glass, 2 pieces of interlayer, and you see here the impact of the separation time was the heating time. The new machine is equipped with a new developed heating system, and this heating system is decreasing the cycle time per cut dramatically, because we use much more power to heat up the PVB foil, and we just heat up the PVB foil and not the glass, so we reduce also heat stress. So now focus in detail onto the heating technology. I mentioned already the sea heating technology. What we see here on this slide is a conventional heating system, which is most of the time available on the market with 2 pieces of very long straight bars, and these long straight bars have the negative impact that there's a cold gap between. And the limitation in these long straight bars is also the power of the heating power, which one is available. Just to get a feeling for, a 3.3 meter heating bar of conventional technology on the market has an heating power up to 6 kilowatts, and this is the physical limitation which one is there. And we thought about how can we reduce the heating time, and how could we make more power available to heat up the PVB foil. The result was a totally new heating system. We use 900 millimeter long heating bulbs in line with a radius, and these heating models, as you see here, are independently independently switched on. For example, when it's needed to cut a 3.3 meter plate, we switch them on all. If there is just a need to cut small subplates after the turning process, for example, we switch on just one of these heating elements. And keep in mind, in one of these new SEER heating elements, there is the same amount of heating energy like in a conventional heating technologies. So what I want to say is, in one of these 900 millimeter units, there is 6 kilowatt around heating energy, and this is the important point, that there is much more heating energy available, which is mainly focused on the PVB layer, and is allowing us heating times for just 4 seconds, and is also the point that we just heat up the PVB interlayer and not the glass. And this is making the Vsla that efficient. So now you think maybe, yes, I have an existing machine, for example, an VB from LiSEC. What can I do? How can I improve my production? I want to start first of all with solution number one. Retrofit solution number one could be, I describe it here with this layout. For example, on the left side, this is your existing production. At the top, you see a combo cutting table with a suction cup bridge, with an existing VB laminated glass cutting bridge. And at the moment, you cut around 2 pieces of jumbos or up to 2.5 jumbo sheets laminated glass per hour. On the right side, you see the retrofit solution, which one we did a lot of times in the last 2 years and served a lot of existing customers of us with this new technology. So the cutting table stays as it is if you want, and we change just the old laminated cutting bridge to a new version. The space which one is needed is 100% the same. The huge benefit is the amount of laminated glass what you can cut more in the future. Here, the existing solution has the capability for around 160 square meters per shift or 2 pieces per hour, jumbo sheets. And so does it look like when we change it to the new one. We disassemble the positioning suction cup bridge from the cutting table, and we take away the laminated glass cutting bridge, the VB, and we replace it with a new Vsla. The benefits which one this retrofitting solution is providing is around 13 to 30% more laminated glass cutting output per hour, per week, per year, depending on the optimization result, up to 7% less waste, which one has a huge impact on to reduced costs, and up to 2.5 less waste when we talk about the front trim cut. For example, when a front trim cut is needed, the Vsla is doing this job 2.5 times better than existing solutions. And finally, an huge increased production, rate of production, because the Vsla is equipped with automatically turning solution in the standard to turn every subplate automatically without any need of an operator. Additionally, the Vsla is removing the waste glass automatically into waste glass container, so there's no need that an operator is removing the waste manually. And so the job of the operator is to unload the final pieces, and the machine is focused on all further parts and taking care about your production, that it is running continuously and producing the best quality in the available time. So summarized again, the benefits these technologies offering is better edge quality, less costs, and a higher output, and in numbers around 10% higher edge strength quality, so reduce spontaneous break rate, and this is the result for you is more profit. Decreased waste around 4 to 7% depending on the optimization. It's guaranteed. It's also at the end more profit and a huge impact onto increased output because of the turning solutions, the automatic process, the faster heating. So around 13 to 30% more glass which can the laminated cutting bridge cut, and at the end also more profit. And for all customers which don't want to change the existing machine to a new one, we offer also to retrofit just the heating system at available or existing machines to this new mentioned sear heating technology. This is a very easy job. It takes just 1 to 2 days from one of our technicians on site. The technician on site is changing the heating system, the existing heating system to the new selective infrared heating system with the 900 millimeter units, and then existing machines also cut around 10% more laminated glass in the same time, and this has also a huge impact onto the production. So I hand now over to Helmut to discuss with you together your questions. Please do not hesitate to ask every question. Feel free, and we try our best to give you an answer to your questions.
Thank you, Christoph, for your interesting presentation of the VSL-A. Now we are ready to answer your questions you sent via chat. Please give us a few moments until our customers are really ready on their keyboards to start typing. Meanwhile, we can answer some questions already which we arrived during the presentation. Please note that we already had an expert talk before about the automatic laminated glass cutting table VSL, which is ready to watch on our virtual campus and our website. So let's pick up some questions. So we have one question here. This is always typical thing. How is the amount of money? How can I calculate the amount of money I can save with the new VSL-A? I think we can discuss that in a simple way. We found out that the optimization results itself, they are always getting better because of this 20 millimeter trim cut. We can do the 20 millimeter off cut. We can do within an optimization. So in total, on a daily production, it saves between 2 or maybe 3 stock plates of waste.
Correct. And I think everybody can do this calculation very simple by his own. When I save 2 to 3 pieces of stock plates, just why the optimization result is getting better, then I have this number, and this has a huge impact on the return on the investment of this machine. And the further benefit of the, concerning save cost is the stability of the cutting and separation process is improved, and this means less spontaneous breakages or failed breakages, and this is also reducing the number of money which we threw away because something happened unexpectedly. And yeah, hope this was an proper answer to your question.
And especially, I have to add that, especially in kind of waste, we have to think in a different way. Saving 2 to 3 stock plates of waste during production. We don't need to see only what we save on glass. We can think a little bit different. We have to see this amount of glass can be used for additional laminated glass production. So when I can do 2 or 3 stock plates more glass production a day or in a shift, let's say that way, I can sell the whole thing. So this one makes visible how good the return of investment is.
Correct. I could totally agree with that. And as already mentioned, we know also regarding costs, also on the glass market and on the glass in the glass business, there is a war for talent is going on. So we need operators at the machines, and these operators very often we have to skill them, we have to train them, and then they are leaving the production site too early. This was also a focus point for us to build a machine which is very easy to operate with, and most of the time is doing the job by its own. I already mentioned at the VSL-A, it's just more or less just needed to unload the finished product. So you do not need a high-skilled operator to run this machine to just unload the final pieces. And this has also an impact onto the cost structure of the production site, because if the machine is easy to operate, most of the time the process is stable. If the operator is leaving or some other things happen, okay, somebody else is running this machine very easy. And this is serving, that the VSL-A is serving this very well. Are there further questions from your side?
There's one more question I can see here. It's regarding the sear heating system. We mentioned that quite often, yeah. And the question is quite clear. Does it save time? Does it save money? Yeah. This is also something I can start to answer. Yeah, we save time because the cutting process, the heating process is much faster than on the older, the other laminated cutting tables. Yeah, we put more energy in. We heat up just the PVB interlayer. We really try to not to heat up the glass, what we can do with this machine. And because of the very short heating time, we save a lot of energy in comparison to the very long heating bars, which are used in the old systems, in the old cutting systems.
Right. There I want to add some further information. I totally agree. You could save a lot of time because we reduce the heating time and we reduce also the heating stress, and there are further benefits. I mentioned already the heating units are similar, not just one straight long bar. We are using 900 millimeter long similar heating units, and the benefit is if they are similar and if they are short, they are easy to keep on stock. They are easy to transport them as a spare part. This is a very the transport is cheap, and to replace them it is also cheap. And this is also in terms of process stability very important, because if I have an unexpected interruption of my production because something was happening, because somebody or during the somebody has broken the heating system. It's very easy to replace just one heating unit, and machine is up and running and is producing. And yeah, also an side benefit from the heating system.
Another question is here. Can we really cut 20 millimeter offcuts? Can we really do that? Yeah? And this is also something I can answer. Yeah, we can definitely do it. We can cut it and we can separate it. And this is the big difference to other laminating glass cutting tables. Christoph, can you get us some more details on that?
I know after these long-term market investigations and discussions with customers, we found out, yes, a lot of solutions are available on the market, which one offer 20 millimeter, to cut 20 millimeter. Yes, this is true, but you have to think about it. There's a difference between cutting 20 millimeter, just cutting 20 millimeter, or breaking 20 millimeter and also doing the separation process. As you mentioned, we serve a machine which is doing all of these three very important process steps by his own. So the final 20 millimeter trim cut or waste cut is done automatically, and the machine is throwing this piece of waste automatically in a container, and nobody has to do the breakage manually or the separation with a knife manually. No, everything automatically. And this is yeah, unique on the market. I've seen there are some further questions in chat.
Yeah, there's another question here. There's one question here. It's quite simple. Can a cut float with this cutting table? Christoph.
We have two possibilities. Very often we offer combo lines. So a combo line is in front of the cutting table. There is a loading system equipment. Then we have we move the stock sheet onto the cutting table, a float cutting table, which is doing the Louis deletion process, and afterwards we cut the laminated glass with the VSL-A. Yes, for sure it's possible to cut float glass. Same process. Move the stock plate from the stock onto the Louis deletion table. There we do the Louis deletion. Next one we cut the float glass. And now it's getting important. With the VSL-A, we open the subplates, the X subplates automatically, and the operator has just to do anymore the Y cuts and the Z cuts and W cuts manually and unload the sheets. So if this is the possibility one, and if it is requested to serve a VSL-A without a cutting table in front, yes, also this is possible. Then we have just an belt conveyor transport system in front of the VSL-A, and the VSL-A is cutting X subplate of the float glass and then doing the rotation, cutting the Y subplate, and so on. So we have possibilities in a high automated degree, a process degree, or in a less degree of process for the float glass.
Another question here is something about the availability of spare parts.
I think this question, I hope I gave you already the answer regarding spare parts, which one has in connection to the heating system. So generally speaking, every spare part which one is in the machine is on stock in our inside Stetten, and we ship them, as you know, in very fast, and we have in Europe and also in Southeastern Asia and in North America service hubs located where the most important spare parts are located. So we guarantee that the spare parts is in the shortest available time on site. And if you also visited our LiSEC online campus, maybe you have already seen that since some weeks we also offer spare parts by helicopter in the area of Eastern and Central Europe. So if there's something is getting broken, we do everything to be with the spare part fast on site.
I think the spare part issue also means holding some spare parts on your own location, on the customer's location on stock. Yeah, especially in the heating system, we can say that you need one important spare part is only this 900 millimeter sea heating element instead of a large one. If you have a 3.5 meter bridge, normally you use a 3.5 meter spare heating system. Yeah, you don't need it here. You need one 900 millimeter spare part, which is very easy to transport, very easy to move, and very easy to integrate for the case. Yeah, this was also is also important to say. There's one question here which says, "Can I watch the machine somewhere?"
I'm very satisfied to answer you. We have a lot of possibilities in our own glass factory and production site in Hausmenning, very close to here. We are running since 1 year this new bridge, so we have the possibility to go together there and get in touch with the machine, or rearrange for example, a Teams meeting and get in touch with the machine virtually. I also recommend you, if you want to see how does a VSL-A look in production, go into the online campus, into the technical area, and there is an information button, and when you click on this information button, you have the possibility to walk through in 3D through our real production. There you see this VSL-A. And I already not really mentioned, but in Europe, in Germany, in Poland, in southern parts of Europe, in Greece, there are running already machines. So if there is an interest for, we try to arrange also a visit on site.
There's one more question here. There's a lot of questions here, but this is quite interesting. We didn't mention before. Is it possible to cut shapes? And if yes, how can we do it?
Shapes cutting is since many years a standard. We supply the machine at the standard functionality with a laser guiding system. So the optimization, which one get it loaded onto the cutting table, which one is doing the Louis deletion, is doing the Louis deletion for the shapes. And then we move the stock plate onto the Vsla, and there we cut fully automatically the rectangular sheet around the shape. And then the operator gets a signal, and we switch on automatically the laser guiding system, and the operator is doing the positioning of the shape, and the Vsla is doing the separation. This is possibility 1. And if we are talking about arches and round shapes, we could also offer fully automatically cutting without any operator need. Therefore, we also cut, first of all, the rectangular sheet around the shape, and then the Vsla is using the clamping system and is cutting the shape fully automatically, and the operator is unloading, is doing the breakout and the separation phase, and unloading also the round shapes.
One more question is here. How much costs an upgrade to different functionalities? A cost question. That's also quite simple to answer. Get in contact with us. We will work something out. We will work a quote out for your machine very individually, so you can really see what it costs, and we can talk about the return of investment. I think there are so many questions here, but it would take us ages to answer them. So I would say we stop here. Thanks for watching. If there are any further questions, please have a look onto our videos, onto our virtual campus, and get in touch with us, and we will come back to you. Thank you very much. Good night.